Coming up on City Spotlight, Season 11 continues on location, and we're back in Robinson. First, we sit down with Robinson Mayor Mike Shimer to catch up on the latest in Robinson, including new housing in Robinson and an overview of the Robinson Daffodil Festival. Then we head back to Lincoln Trail College. Lincoln Trail College President Tana Ambrose tells us about the current school year at Lincoln Trail and the latest on facilities at Lincoln Trail College. We're back in Crawford County talking to City of Robinson and Lincoln Trail College on this new episode on Robinson here on City Spotlight.
It's almost impossible to imagine life without internet today. It keeps us connected to work, school, and loved ones, no matter where they are. Fidium Fiber Internet now serves over 1 million locations, providing reliable, consistent service that keeps these connections strong. From vibrant cities to quiet rural areas, fiber broadband is a key driver of economic growth. Fidium is dedicated to supporting communities and enhancing lives through this essential technology. Learn more at fidiumfiber.com.
And hello and welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we are on location for this episode. Another trip down to Crawford County, and we are talking all things Robinson in this episode. And in this first segment, we are outside here on Saturday, April 12th at the Robinson Daffodil Festival, the third edition of this. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the segment. But to help us out in this first segment, we welcome back to the program, a second time here on City Spotlight, the Mayor of Robinson, Mike Shimer. Mike, great to see you and great to be outside with you.
You know, we're excited to be here. What a beautiful day, and people are really enjoying being out and about in good weather. No rain today, and we're happy.
The weather did cooperate with you. The sun is out. We'll talk about the festival here in just a bit.
Okay.
We first taped with Mike, first time on City Spotlight, back about 20 months or so, for counting, August of 2023. And let's catch up on Robinson and the City of Robinson. Mike, let's talk about public works. What are some of the newer things that have happened public work-wise in Robinson recently?
Well, you know, I think the big thing that we've seen in our community is growth in our residential area. We've built a subdivision since we last talked. We've added a lot of road work there. 43 lots, 7 homes have gone up, and several more getting ready to break ground. The big part of our community is we need housing, we need workforce, and those things we're trying to address as quickly as we can. Businesses are expanding, and a lot of good things help make us all grow. And our wastewater plants made some great additions, and some sewer problems we've had. And yeah, I think we've had a really good few months here.
Okay, very good. Remind us, where is the new subdivision? You said 43 lots.
43 lots in the southwest portion of town. It's Prairie Estate subdivision. We were able to sell 43 lots in 45 minutes to 11 different contractors.
Wow.
So the growth is there. Our 3 Fortune 500 companies, being Marathon, Hershey, and Victor Dana, all looking for employees, and not only them, but the general business district that we have. Everyone always looking for help, and a great place to live and raise your kids, but we needed more housing, and that subdivision is going to be a big key to helping us there. We've got some strong interest in developing apartment complexes, some duplexes, so even more growth ahead of us, and that's going to help our workforce situation.
And you got to have the land to build those lots. So you had available land. That's not always the case in a lot of communities.
Rural America, you can make that happen a lot easier than you can in a bigger community, and we're fortunate there is some land available for housing, and we're taking advantage of it.
You talked about sewer. We're taping here in spring, April of 2025, and obviously there's been a lot of weather, a lot of rain, and every community is able to handle all that abundance of rain. Importance of maintaining and upkeeping your sewer is very important to a community.
Storm sewers and your wastewater as well. Those things you've got to stay on top of, and certain portions of our community don't drain as well as others. And I think we're very aware of that, and we are addressing that as the future makes us money available to do that. So
roads are holding up okay?
Yeah. For the most part,
Okay.
a lot of traffic. Everybody's got potholes this time of year.
Right. You briefly touched upon, we'll switch gears from Public Works. Thank you, Mike. Let's talk about economic development. I noticed you had a new business open up there in February there. Was it a coffee shop or something?
Coffee shop,
Yes.
the Voyager. Voyager Coffee Shop's been a new addition. Scooters, Wendy's, Arby's.
Yeah, I noticed the Wendy's coming into
Yeah,
town.
it's here
looks
too, and
very brand new.
Right. So we've been fortunate in some of the areas of our growth in our business, and some businesses here are even expanding what they already have. So, yeah, good growth in the business sector.
Okay, very good. Any other economic development you can speak of moving forward? And people looking to come to Robinson?
You know, it touched on the fact that, of course, we're looking at building and apartment complexes. Those things are more
Right.
on the drawing board right now, knowing that we need a workforce.
Okay, very good. Want to touch upon in our next segment, we'll have another segment with Tana Ambrose at Lincoln Trail College. We've taped a couple of educational related segments previously before taping with you again, Mike, and talk about the role of Lincoln Trail College to have a higher ed institution in your own backyard.
You know, I actually graduated from Lincoln Trail College in 1972 and fortunate enough to be in one of the early members of their Hall of Fame. So it's a great opportunity for kids that are quite not maybe ready to go to a four-year school or want to take advantage of the economic savings by attending a junior college, and not only in Lincoln Trail, but the IECC district. But there's great opportunity for youth and young people that want to get involved in education. You can get 2 years associate's degree and head to a four-year college, and those are big pluses. And a lot of kids taking advantage of it now.
Always great to have it in some of these areas that cover geographic areas, and as you'll see and hear in our next segment, they've had a lot of growth over there at Lincoln Trail College. They have that new facility that is open to the community, and obviously a new sports complex, a sports facility building for their athletes to use. So Lincoln Trail College certainly growing, and the community can certainly use some of those facilities.
Correct.
All right, very good. Can I ask you about the Crawford County Memorial Airport? Is that something I could ask you, Vaughn?
You know, we've got 3 board members that we appoint to that. Of course, it was destroyed by a tornado, you know, just a couple of years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Boy, time flies by on that. You know,
Yikes.
they've done a great job. They're building a new hangar. It's a vital part of our southeastern Illinois community, and even though it's a rural airport, the thing is busy, and it makes it a big impact on, like I mentioned, those 3 Fortune 500 companies. But a lot of people, there's other businesses in our county that are utilizing the airport, and it's vital that we have a small airport here.
We learned in the Crawford County, this is our story program, that from the medical perspective and your lovely hospital that you have in the community, that doctors are able to fly down, get down here sooner. So that makes it even more vital from the medical perspective.
And I think people don't know that that's going on, that doctors are flying in, and professional people that need to be here during the day that are helping us.
Coming from bigger places.
Right, that normally couldn't come. So that's helped our hospital.
So funds have been approved to rebuild the terminal, so the rebuilding continues to happen there and bring back a very important part of the Robinson community and the county.
Correct.
Okay, very good. All right, in the remaining time we have here with Mike Shimer, Mayor of Robinson, let's talk about where we're at. We're at the City Park here in Robinson and the 3rd Daffodil Festival. I know we kind of touched upon a little bit of your annual festivals the first time we talked with you, just the overview of Robinson type of episode. Tell us again, tell our audience again how this came about.
Well, Daffodil Festival was kind of a dream that a few of us put together a couple of years ago, and basically we were looking at all the nonprofits that are in our community needing an outlet to show not only what they do, but maybe sell and make some profit for their nonprofits that they can put back in the community. Now, this festival, we don't charge any fee for a booth space. So today we're approaching 140 booths here, and they're going to have a great crowd. But we know that they are the lifeblood of the rural America. You put that money back in the community, it takes all of us to make this stuff work. And then they can get out, and the community can get out and socialize. And that's a big thing too. We're kind of growing into a really special event.
And it centers around, now every festival centers around something, because that's the hook, you know, and it's a daffodil. So Why the daffodil?
Daffodil Festival, well, there was a lady, Mrs. Sparks, that just passed away a few years ago, and her favorite flower was a daffodil, and kind of played off on that, and it kind of developed in, it's a springtime flower. We wanted to have a springtime event, and it just fit. And so they started off with a big donation to help buy daffodils. And from there, even more people got involved. And now we have 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 daffodil bulbs in the ground. A lot of them are in our parks, but even the residents in our community are taking advantage of that now and putting them out. And so it beautifies our community, and it's kind of a cute little way to to get the spring kicked off.
Yes.
And here we are today, and it's kind of a good tag for the event.
The bright, vibrant color that is yellow, that is the color of the daffodil. I think
Yeah.
you might have mentioned in our first taping, Mike, 20 months ago or so, that they had planted those in the downtown area as well.
They're everywhere. Now you'll find them all over town. There's 3,000 or 4,000 here in this park, but they are everywhere, and it's only going to continue to spread. And we're going to add them every year, and the public is too. So you can buy some daffodil bulbs here today if you want.
So this is the third one. What significant things have you added on to it? Because obviously, when you start something brand new, you start that first time around, and you build upon it. What's new to the third edition?
I'd say the first year we had 48 booths. We went to 110, 115. Today we're right at 135, 140.
So you've grown about 100 since just 2 years ago.
We're jumping. And I think the things that we're trying to add into it are the local nonprofits. More of them are here. We've added some bounce toys. We've added some other items.
I see a gigantic inflatable tractor.
We got a big one back there. That's kind of cute. But each year you try to tweak everything a little bit to make it a little bit better. And we don't want to be stagnant, so we keep moving forward, looking for good ideas. And you'll only see this get better.
All right, a couple more minutes with you, Mike. I know you want to get back to the festivities, talking to people about the festival, mingling around. Communities are fortunate enough to have one solid festival a year. A lot of them are taking place in the summer and or fall months. Robinson now has a spring festival. The importance of having another festival annually for Robinson to have and bring all these people about.
I think we have the Spring Festival. We're going to, we have a citywide garage sale program we do in August. It's going to grow into something really special. We have our Fall Festival event in October. We also now have a Come Home for the Holidays, Christmas holiday festival the first weekend in December.
Wow.
That thing is really going to be special by the end of the year. And again, the Christmas festival, those booths are free. And we'll put that in our Civic Center. There's an ice skating rink there. There's a train there that ride around town, a trackless train that we've made ourselves. So wait till you see that. But just trying to do things that the community our size and the surrounding area can come and enjoy.
And the location is background with Mike, taped with him on the Crawford County. This is our story program. Your story was on the parks. And here at your city park, parks are the heart of the community. What a great location.
For sure. We've got two beautiful parks. Next weekend we have an Easter egg hunt at our other park, our Washington Park.
Yes.
11,000 eggs up there.
I've seen pictures of that. It's amazing.
They're gone in 5 minutes. But special shout out to Lawrence Crawford, the exceptional business there here in Robinson and Lawrenceville, and they put our eggs together for us. Really appreciate that.
As we sit here in the first hour of this, is a 9 to 2 o'clock type event here on this Saturday, April 12th. When you see this turnout here right off the bat, it can only make you smile.
So great. It's only going to be, this is only getting better. I'm confident in that. So appreciate you coming over. Enjoyed the visit with you. Always do.
Absolutely. Mike Shimer, the mayor of Robinson, catching us up on the latest going on in the city of Robinson and giving us an overview of this brand new third edition of the Robinson Daffodil Festival. Mike, pleasure to see you and look forward to coming back the next time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coming up next year on City Spotlight, we'll continue talking Robinson as we talk higher ed at Lincoln Trail College. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Robinson. And And we're back here on City Spotlight, this latest episode on Robinson. We're on location here, and we've changed locations for this second segment as we tape here on April 1st, 2025. We are back at Lincoln Trail College in Robinson. And to help us out, we welcome back to the program for a second time the president of Lincoln Trail College, Tana Ambrose. Tana, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, and thanks for coming back. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here. Taped with Tana back February of last year, so a little over a year ago. Year 2 for you here at Lincoln Trail College. As we learned, you're not unfamiliar to this campus, but year 2 of leading in this institution. What have you learned about the campus, the people, or maybe about being a president of a higher ed institution?
Well, I have learned that the people, you said, tell you about the people. The people really make Lincoln Trail what it is. They make it special. And I don't do anything alone or by myself.
Right.
I have a team of people, a great team here to work with. And I think I mentioned last time we talked that LTC is part of a 4-college district. And so not only do I have an awesome team to work with at Lincoln Trail, but I have a broader team that spans over 3 other campuses. So I have 3 other presidents I can call. We have deans, we have, you know, other staff and faculty at all of the campuses, which just make it a great place to work and a great community to be part of, and a great team district-wide to, you know, be part of. So it makes me look good. They help me to accomplish what needs to be accomplished, and we're better together because of that.
All right, it's a team effort in everything that we do. Very good. Tell us about this current school year. It's April 1st, like I mentioned when we're taping here, just a little bit left in the academic school year. Tell us about this academic school year. How's it going?
It's going well. I cannot believe it's April. This is just, time is flying by. We are embarking on another graduation, so May 9th, we will have students graduate, and just to think that we're this far into the second semester of this school year is, you know, it's just unbelievable. But we have a great group of students here. We've had a lot of activities recently. We've had our Phi Theta Kappa induction, so we just inducted into that PTK group another set of students who will start then, you know, in the fall when they come back, and that's our academic society, of course, and the faculty members, Kim Schucker and Carrie Brown, who lead that, do a fantastic job. We're getting ready to go to a PTK conference this weekend in Kansas City. Student Senate has been very busy. They provide us with a lot of student life, a lot of activities, spike ball, ping pong tournaments, movie nights. I just appreciate the work that they do, because that's where, you know, we get to have fun. Students work hard academically, and then we get to have just a fun time getting to know each other, and they provide those activities for us. And again, I just appreciate that. And so it's been a busy semester. Sports, of course, our student athletes. It's springtime now, so baseball, softball, spring soccer. We ended our basketball seasons, both men's and women's, did a great job. We, of course, volleyball back in the fall. We just, we have always something going on around here. If it's not an actual sporting event, it's PTK or Student Senate. FBLA, our Future Business Leaders of America, they are doing again, for a second time around, a tax program, a VITA tax program, where they provide tax services to people in the community. So that's really neat to see people coming out here on Fridays and dropping off their taxes. So people from the community coming and going, and that's a wonderful way for students to learn to interact with other people. But students learn how to do taxes, and then they help provide those services to the community. And so that is Amy Mayhall that leads the FBLA group and that VITA program. And again, I just can't say enough about our faculty. Not only are they great teachers, but they go above and beyond in countless other ways that I don't even have enough time to tell you all about today. But we have a lot going on at LTC.
And you got a few name drops in there, so highlighting some of the outstanding faculty and staff that you have here at Lincoln Trail College. All right, let's talk about your facilities, the campus here at Lincoln Trail College. And as we stated last year at this time, the ground was being dug up while I was here. A new sports performance facility for student athletes here at Lincoln Trail. The Barn, as it's called, is the new sports performance facility. It opened last November. How exciting.
It's very exciting, and I think that's just a testament to LTC and the district wanting to continue to pour into our students, our student athletes, and just to enrich their experience while they're here. That is open, and it is nicknamed the Barn, so we typically refer to that as the Barn. A lot of hard work takes place out there in the barn, and that houses our baseball, softball, soccer. We have locker rooms out there for soccer and softball.
Very nice.
And indoor batting cages. It's a 10,000 square foot phenomenal facility.
Wow.
Athletic training has an office out there, a lot of sports equipment, and I also want to make sure to include that when we opened the barn, we didn't have a lot of equipment, sports training, workout equipment to put in there.
Right.
And Crawford Memorial Hospital here in Robinson donated an entire facility full of weight training equipment. They had a facility that was getting ready to close, HealthWorks, and they called one day and said, would you like all of the equipment? And it was the perfect timing, and we showed up with a bunch of student athletes and a couple of big U-Haul trucks, and we loaded it up and brought it out here, and just what a blessing that has been, that we were able to right away supply the barn with updated, great quality sports equipment. So we have weight training equipment out there.
What's been the reception by the student athletes? Because they're the ones using it.
They are, and they love it, of course. And just like the last couple of days, we've had rainy weather, and so when they can't get out to the baseball field or the softball field for practice, they can go into the barn. I guess a little extra something that it offers. On the south end of the barn, there is a concession stand and outdoor restroom facilities. So when we have soccer games, baseball, someday soon softball, because that's next, that's what's going in, hopefully soon. People who come, fans who are here, have those facilities to use. And so that's exciting that it's not too far away, that they can just walk to get something from the concession stand.
All right, very good. We've had some video while we've been talking about that. Also, you have in the works, as you talked about, a new technology center in the works just to the north of where we're taping here.
That's a project that was started a long time ago.
Yes.
There have been a couple of hiccups with that, and most recently, about a year ago, when we thought that program was about ready to be back up and running and we were going to break ground, the project came in way over bid. And I mean, nowadays the cost of building materials are just so much more expensive, and so it came in over bid. And we had to go back to the drawing board. We had to sit back down with the architects and redesign. I'm happy to say that as of about a week ago, that redesign has come through, and it looks like it's going to be something that we can work with. It is a little bit over budget, but not like it was before. So we're probably going to be looking at some fundraising and some community, business and industry, corporate partners, sponsorships, if you will. But it looks like that's going to perhaps be actually happening again, and that would mean ground would be breaking soon, and we would probably be in that building realistically within 4 semesters. I don't like to say 2 years, that sounds like a long time. Maybe within the next 4 semesters. And that will house welding, because right now welding is in a downtown building in Robinson, so it's off campus. It will house our process technology and our broadband telecommunications programs. And again, those are big programs for us. And those are, students come here and go through those programs and can get jobs locally. They can get jobs really wherever they want to get a job in those programs, because the take rate for those students coming out of those programs is very good, and most students go right out and get a job no problem. And so we will be very excited to have a new facility right here on campus for all 3 of those programs to go into.
That's outstanding, and that one can move from downtown Robinson facility right here on campus. Very good. Let's talk about other academic things that you have going on, maybe new or something down the pipeline that you're looking at adding to your curriculum.
Okay. I want to share about a program that's brand new. We just introduced it yesterday, Monday. And so it's been a program, though, in the making for a long time. I think it's a program that also highlights how we can partner with community groups and just the outcomes that can come from that, and really what can benefit students when we partner together with other groups in the community. This program is a community health coaching program. So CMH, Crawford Memorial Hospital, approached LTC about a program that is currently very successful out in Ohio. The College of Wooster has a program, and it's the community health coaching program. And so we took a group of people from LTC, a group of people from Crawford Memorial Hospital. Doug Furkowski, the CEO of the hospital here, spearheaded this. He knew about this. He knew people that were involved with making that program in Worcester. So we went out, we saw it with our own eyes, and we knew immediately we could do that back here in Crawford County. And students go through a didactic class. They go through training. They are exposed to all kinds of health-related topics. They have guest speakers in those classes to help train them in health careers. Doctors, nurses, dietitians, and all kinds of other health career professionals come and meet with students. And then from there, through CMH, those same students get paired with a patient in the community who needs a weekly check-in. Really? They need a health coach.
Okay.
They need someone to just help check on them and make sure that their vital signs are good, they're taking their medications. Whatever the course needs to be taken, they are partnered with a nurse and a health professional, and together they help monitor those patients. And mostly it gives patients in our community companionship.
Wow.
It gives them encouragement, but it gives our students real life experience working with people. And so we just launched this. There is an application page on our website, on our social media sites, and we are accepting 10 students this summer into the program, our first cohort. So students can apply to be part of that program, and right now is the time to do that. And they will, again, take a summer class to prepare them for that, and then in the fall, through CMH, they'll be paired with a patient in the community who needs someone to help coach them up and stay healthy.
Brand new program. We're taping here April 1st. It's 1 day old. So there you go. You can't get more new than that.
Very excited about that.
Very good. Tana, you touched upon the end of the academic semester, and I like to ask educators, whether it be K through 12 or higher education such as yourself, when we get to this time of year and commencement's right around the corner, what does commencement mean to you?
Commencement means to me goals achieved. It means degree completion, certification completion. It means that what students came here and started, they're finishing. And that, again, just like I said at the very beginning of the taping, everything around here is teamwork, it's group effort, and this means that when students walk across the stage, there have been a lot of faculty and staff who have helped them along the way. There's been a lot of hard work on their part. They've probably grown and developed a lot in the last couple of years since coming to Lincoln Trail. But I want to say something else. It also means right behind the students graduating, we have other students coming in that need to finish strong. So the students graduating are a good example. They're role models. They are finishing so that other students can see it's possible for them to do that too. It also means that right now we're working on who's going to be here in the fall. Who are our new students coming in that we can work with and 2 years from now see them walking across the stage. So commencement is a snapshot in time for the students who will be graduating and walking across the stage. But I think it's broader than that. It's, again, it's students showing the way for students coming in, next year, and for students who are here currently trying to finish what they started.
A lot of great things going on currently here at Lincoln Trail College and moving forward. The president of Lincoln Trail College, Tana Ambrose. Tana, great to have you on a second time, and thank you for the update on the higher ed institution that you lead.
Yes, thank you for coming, and I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about Lincoln Trail College.
Thank you so much. And that'll do it for our latest City Spotlight episode on Robinson. Thanks for watching.
It's almost impossible to imagine life without internet today. It keeps us connected to work, school, and loved ones, no matter where they are. Fidium Fiber Internet now serves over 1 million locations, providing reliable, consistent service that keeps these connections strong. From vibrant cities to quiet rural areas, fiber broadband is a key driver of economic growth. Fidium is dedicated to supporting communities and enhancing lives through this essential technology. Learn more at fidiumfiber.com.